Welcome, everybody, to Live Out Loud podcast. I'm Scott,
I'm Gary.
and we are back. We are back. We have been out of our minds for a little while, but we're back here once again. And what?
I can't find Live Out Loud podcast on my.
See, folks, we are back as normal. Gary can't work the electronics.
I'm still looking.
It's there somewhere because it says we are firing on all cylinders right now.
And I am sharing.
So anyway, we are back at Live Out Loud podcast. Sorry for our little bit of absenteeism, but we'll try to be back on a regular schedule. Gary's been doing more gigs and more stuff. And speaking of the music scene, anything good going on out there for you and your friends, Gary?
Meatloaf, the Meatloaf tribute is really cooking with gas, man.
You know what? I've been seeing these guys, and they seem like they are killing it. And who is the guy who is singing? Is this a friend of yours?
Yeah, he's really something.
Karen's out there, Mom's out there. We got other people out there. You guys, please, comment, say hi, give us a shout out. But this guy, what is the name of the Meatloaf band? Is it like
it's
leftovers maybe?
No, it's called Meatloaf. MEET.
Oh,
how clever is that?
So instead of meatloaf, it's hey, come and meet loaf.
Meatloaf, yep.
I love it. And the little girl that sings with him, I don't want to say little girl. I don't want to sound condescending, but she's very small. She's petite. Who is that?
That is Eldad's daughter, Ariel.
That's right. What a voice on this girl.
Yeah.
You know, she gets up there and you expect like this Minnie Mouse sound to come out of her, right? This little tiny voice.
Yeah.
And she gets up there and holy cow. And these two, if you have not seen Paradise by the Dashboard Light live, by Meatloaf, which I saw Meatloaf in concert years and years ago, but to see these two do it in the tribute band Meatloaf, just incredible. Tammy, the wonderful Tammy's with us. Hi.
Hi.
There she is.
Do you know their husband and wife?
Who?
Benny and Ariel from Meatloaf.
They are husband and wife?
Yeah. Yes, they are.
My God, he's like 12 times the size of her.
Well,
and they have a beautiful daughter.
When he does,
if he sits in the lazy boy at the wrong time, she'll be gone forever.
when he does the Meatloaf, he wears like a heavy suit.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, yeah, a little bit.
He puffs himself up a little bit. All right. Okay. No, listen, they are fantastic. So they're killing it. We'll have to take a look. I'm sure you can go on Facebook and figure out when these guys are playing and stuff. How about the rest of the guys out there? Anybody else doing anything good out there, Gary?
We've got a new tribute band, and I'll show you the picture. Hold on, let me get it here. You might really like this.
Not to mention, you can still see Gary every Wednesday night at Galuppi's, people. 6:30 to 9:30. Come on out. And Gary and Tom and having fun out there at Galuppi's. So please do that. All right, let's see what you got, Gary. Free Fallin'. I would assume that is a what's his name? Tom Petty tribute band.
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yep.
Oh, okay. That is you. You are Tom Petty.
I am Tom Petty.
That is awesome.
So it's Tom Petty Heart.
Oh, so you don't sing heart songs, do you?
No, I don't. I sing background. So
yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Because I can't see you doing Baccaruda, man. Oh, Baccaruda.
Baccaruda.
I love that song. Well,
Crazy on Juice.
So when is yeah, we only play that when we're in Boca. So when can we see Free Falling? Are you guys playing around yet?
We will be playing around soon. We're just putting it together now. It's fun. It's good.
Tom Petty did some great collaborations too. The one with Stevie Nicks is a great song.
Yeah, he did Traveling Wilburys. Tom Petty, I never really realized how good he was,
He was very talented. Traveling Wilburys, probably the greatest compilation of artists ever put together.
Right?
Um,
And which kind of goes into our theme today.
Absolutely. Are there any Wilburys left? Jeff Lynne's still alive.
Jeff Lynne, Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan's still alive?
Surprisingly enough.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, we'll hear about that when he goes.
Yeah, I know. Well, we wanted to, we've had some recent shockers, including the most recent one was David Crosby just last week passed away.
Yeah, and the day before, just the day before.
Just the day before what?
David Crosby passed away was Jeff Beck.
Jeff Beck was actually 1 week before.
Oh, was it a week before?
Yeah, it was a week before.
Oh,
we got hit like 3 in a row with Jeff Beck, Lisa Marie Presley, and David Crosby.
Lisa Marie Presley. Gosh.
Yeah.
50. What was he? 54, 52?
54, cardiac arrest. David Crosby, 81, no cause of death listed. But Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, one of the most influential groups probably ever put together. Everything from Woodstock to state fairs to American Music Award, everything you could think of, these guys were just part of. Wrote some of the greatest songs of our time. Just a shame. And David Crosby, who fought his own demons with alcohol and drug addiction and did conquer those, was a great guy, a good friend to everybody that knew him, and but he'll be sadly missed. And then again, Lisa Marie Presley at 54 from cardiac arrest, and obviously the daughter of Elvis Presley. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. And Jeff Beck, bacterial meningitis. He was 78 years old. He died from bacterial meningitis.
Yeah. Judging from what you have behind you, you can add those to your paintings.
Well, I've already mapped out my David Crosby.
Right.
And I just haven't decided if I want to do Crosby or Crosby, Stills, and Nash. But I'll probably just do David Crosby. I think he could stand on his own. That mustache itself. When you see David Crosby's mustache, you know it's either him or Captain Kangaroo. It's one of the two of them, So Jeff Beck was with the Yardbirds. And, of course, Jeff Beck as a solo artist and with the Jeff Beck group for years. Another one that we lost just since the turn of the year was Fred White, which was the drummer for Earth, Wind, and Fire. He was one of the originals from Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah, and you know who else we lost recently was Alan White, the drummer from Yes.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did see that. Alan White, we lost. So, I mean, that's just that alone. When you're looking at that, Jeff Beck, there, he's seen there. He was playing, still playing, and carrying a heavy schedule. David Crosby with Stills and Nash there. David Crosby, the one on the left, and so those are very, very big losses to the music world. But in 2022, we had a bunch of other ones, including, I didn't realize this, Jerry Lee Lewis died in 2022.
That's right. Yes, he did.
Yeah, I guess undisclosed causes. He was 87 years old when he passed.
Michael Nesmith died last year.
Did he? I did not see that.
Yeah,
singer-songwriter Loretta Lynn, great country music legend, and of course one of my favorites all time, Christy McVie from Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah,
passed away. A lot of people put a lot of attention when you listen to Fleetwood Mac. A lot of people put a lot of attention on Stevie Nicks, but they did not realize that the soulful voice that Christy McVie had.
Yeah,
That was
great
just.
tunes that she wrote.
She wrote a lot of that stuff, right?
Yeah. Everything she sang.
That's crazy. She was so good. Ronnie Spector, we lost.
Yeah.
She was a lead singer from the Ronettes. And
that comeback record with Eddie Money.
Yeah. She was 78. Taylor Hawkins from Foo Fighters, the drummer.
Oh, that was a big one.
Passed away.
Big loss. That was a surprise.
This was another surprise. Olivia Newton-John. Olivia Newton-John, if anybody who has lived through the 80s fell in love with her at least once.
Yeah, another thing about that is that, it was up and down with her. She was battling cancer, and she wasn't. And she was, and she wasn't. And she was, and she wasn't.
Coolio also passed away at age of 59. The rap artist Coolio.
Okay.
But he had a heart attack. Absolutely. We mentioned this guy, the one and only Meat of Loaf.
Yeah.
74 years old. Complications of COVID is how he passed away.
Something, it's a shame that he didn't get a chance to see what Benny does for him. Benny, it's a true tribute to Meatloaf. He looks like him. He sounds like him. He's just really good.
I would really love to see them. You're gonna have to give me a shout out when they're playing live, and we'll go out and see them.
I will.
I would really love that. One of the other things about Meatloaf is very interesting. It's not like this guy was around for centuries and had a bunch of hit albums. He essentially had one album that was off the charts, one of the best albums ever made, which is the Bat Out of Hell album.
Right.
And then he's done other work since then, but that was pretty much the songs that came off of there. Bat Out of Hell, 2 Out of 3s Ain't Bad. Paradise by the Dashboard Lights. There Ain't No Way I'm Ever Gonna Love You. 2 Out of 3 Ain't Bad. I said that one. There's so many other songs on there that are just iconic for that period of time.
Yeah.
That he really captured. And then he had some after that, like I Won't Do That and things like that. But anyway.
And plus the movies he did,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He was in a movie. If you really want to watch a bad 80s movie, it was a movie called Black Dog. And Patrick Swayze was a good guy, and Meatloaf was the bad guy. And it was just
I'd love to see that. I'd love to see Meatloaf as the bad guy.
It was a couple of truckers, and they were getting, it's called, what was it? Shit, what did I just say it was called?
Black Dog.
Black Dog, yeah. Yeah, Black Dog. So you did mention Alan White died at 72 years old after a brief illness, and he was the drummer for Yes. I don't know that Yes hasn't toured or done anything. They don't do reunions or anything like that, right?
Touring. Yeah.
They do tour?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Steve Howe isn't the guitar player. Trevor Williams. Trevor something is. Trevor something is the guitar player.
Let me hit you a few more. Naomi Judd passed away.
Right.
It was a suicide. And it was just before she got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
That was a suicide?
It was a self-inflicted gunshot.
Wow.
Yeah.
But maybe I heard she was very, very sick. Did they ever say why?
She had to stop her music career. She had a life-threatening case of hepatitis C. But no.
Wow.
Sometimes you don't know. I mean, this is like one of those Robin Williams things. It's like, how can this happen? And, you just don't know. You just don't know. Let's see. Who else do we have here? Dan McCafferty, the singer from Nazareth. Died Nazareth. Not a word you've heard in a long time, I'm sure, for most people. Jerry Allison was the drummer and one of the songwriters for the Crickets. He was Buddy Holly in the Crickets. Jerry Allison, he died at 82 this summer from cancer. Wow. Jeff Cook, one of the forming members of Alabama, passed away. And Irene Cara.
Oh, that's right.
What a feeling.
Yeah, Fame.
She was only 63, undisclosed causes.
Yeah.
Now, here's one that'll take you back. Jim Seals from Seals and Croft. They that was a pure 70s kind of sound, the Seals and Croft thing. They were right up there with the Hudson Brothers. Or the Muggles.
Yeah. No, the Muggles were after. But yeah, the Hudson Brothers and Brewer and Shipley. What did they do? Can you tell me?
No.
One toke over the line.
One toke over the line, dear Jesus. One toke over the line. All right. Mickey Gilley passed away.
Mickey Gilley, yeah, he's a legend in Texas.
Great country singer. And his club inspired the movie Urban Cowboy.
Cowboy, yeah.
Which I've never seen and never plan to.
Oh, lovely.
John Travolta on a mechanical bull just doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry.
Oh, he was great. Hi, Terry, or Jeannie, or hi.
Bobby Rydell passed away.
Bobby Rydell. Wow. Bye-bye Birdie.
Was he in Bye Bye Birdie?
Yeah, he played Hugo.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, one last kiss. So give me one last kiss.
Weird looking guy. I don't know how he became a teen idol. He was one weird looking guy.
He really was. He was a bit odd. He had a little bit of a Crispin Glover thing going on there.
Wow.
Aaron Carter passed away at 34 years old, undisclosed causes. He was a teen. He was like.
Was he a Backstreet Boy or was he the brother of a?
No, he was just a standalone singer. He was not in one of the groups.
His brother was.
What?
His brother was.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he was younger.
Aaron Carter was kind of like Justin Bieber, but he didn't make it past his teens, and it just never kind of developed into a full career.
He's a Leif Garrett.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think Leif Garrett is still alive.
He's still alive, but he didn't know it.
Yes. Just a little bit rough. So that's really, I mean, there's a bunch of other ones that are like producers and classical and like William Hart from the Delphonics. I mean, we can go back. Lucy Simon, Carly Simon's sister.
Yeah. That's why he didn't make it to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction.
Oh, that's why she couldn't be there?
Yeah, that's why she couldn't be there.
So anyway, every year we go through this and, we kind of like look back on these guys, and music is changing so much. And I'm reminded, I mean, Gary, I don't know about you, but it's like I'm starting to get that really out of touch feeling with what people listen to today.
I'm totally out of touch.
Yeah. I could not tell you. I don't even know. Is there anything? Is there still rock? Are there still rock bands out there?
Oh yeah. I think there are still rock bands. Like you got this Green Day, and there's but Green Day's been around for a long time. But they are starting to come around to rock it again. But Tammy keeps trying to get me to listen more to country, because the new country is very similar to old rock and roll.
I agree, because it tells stories. It tells stories, but it also does it in more of an upbeat way. You listen to songs like Tennessee Whiskey and there's a song that Carrie Underwood does, Before He Cheats. I think it's great, Yeah,
I mean, she rocks out, man. Carrie Underwood is rocking out, man. And so does Who's one of those guys that
There's Keith Urban,
Urban is
Chris Stapleton. Chris Stapleton's the one who, there's a lot of great singers up there.
Kenny Chesney.
Kenny Chesney, yeah.
Yeah, and who's the other guy?
Zach Brown. I don't know.
Oh, Zach Brown band is great. Yeah, no, it's just one guy stands alone.
Zach Brown is more of a he's like a Jimmy Buffett kind of guy. He's stuck somewhere between country and island music,
He's like I think of him as kind of like Bob Seger, in between that and Bob Seger.
Earl saying Tennessee Whiskey is upbeat. No, I didn't mean it that way, Earl. I just meant Tennessee Whiskey is a good song. It tells a story. It's a little more. It's kind of a ballad.
It's like a rock ballad.
Yeah, it's like a rock ballad. David's with us. Hey, David.
David.
David, I assume Edie's nearby. So love to both you guys. Hope you're both doing well. Yeah, I mean, I just all the classics. And Therese said something to me the other day because we were talking about David Crosby passing. And she goes, all of our heroes are kind of starting to drop off. Our heroes are starting to go away. And you look at the people we've lost, Gary, in the last few years. People like David Bowie, people like Tom Petty.
Petty, yeah.
People that I think when we were growing up thought, these people are always going to be with us, and they're not now.
Yep. And it's interesting, everyone that is passing away or has passed away, you got hanging on your wall. And that kind of scares me because you see that back there on top of my guitars there?
Yeah.
That's a picture of me that you painted, kind of,
That's you, but you're still alive.
I'm still alive.
But I tested the theory first because I realized everybody I painted was dead. So I painted Taylor Swift. The bitch is still alive. The bitch is still alive. So I figure it's okay. I'll paint you and it's safe. All right. I've got no use for Taylor Swift.
But you did.
Let's see, did you see that the Meatloaf tribute band won first place at the tribute band composition?
Yeah,
competition.
You want to know something interesting? The Meatloaf band, and there's a Fleetwood Mac band. What is the name of their Fleetwood Mac band?
Oh, Rumors.
Rumors.
No, that's
No, that's not them. But it's the same band, Meatloaf and Fleetwood Mac. They got the same people in it. They came in first and second.
Well, they should have just called themselves Mac and Loaf.
Mac and Meat.
Mac and Meat. What are we having for dinner? We're going out for some Mac and Meat. Yes.
That was pretty good. That's pretty quick.
Hey, that's what I'm here for. Tommy Reich is with us. Natalie and Tommy are in the car listening to you guys. All right.
Oh, are they?
They're in the car listening.
Well, I hope that's because they're not, I hope they're not going to be late.
They're probably outside the door. They're going to listen to the show until they come in.
Yeah, they're waiting outside because, they don't interrupt the show.
I'm sorry, if somebody comes to my house, they got to walk through my studio to the bathroom.
Not for the air conditioner. The air conditioner by the front door, because our air conditioner took a crapola, and we have this portable air conditioner.
Well, we're doing a short show tonight, and Gary, do you want to pick up next week, or do you want to go 2 weeks?
Something I can't answer you right now. I would have to tell you. I would have to call you, have a secret meeting.
Okay.
And let you know.
David says, I'm at an ice rink watching my son's hockey game. Burr, you're not watching the hockey game. You're listening to us, you son of a bitch.
Well, you don't have to look at us.
Yeah. Yeah, he's listening. Yeah, go team, go. Yeah, music.
Go nonsense.
Music. I'll tell you what, there's so many, again, we've lost so many greats that in getting involved in new music, I hate when I'm listening to my music and somebody says, why are you listening to the oldies? And I'm like, they're not oldies. To me, oldies are 60s and 50s. Those are oldies.
Those are oldies. Yeah.
Now, to my kids, those are called ancients.
Yeah,
They're not even oldies. They're like, what? Did they play those in the cave when the dinosaurs were coming? What is it? What is it?
That's right after the standards. That's what they were called.
Oh, man.
Question for you.
Yes.
Oh, I kind of forgot.
The question is, what was I thinking?
Yeah, what was I thinking? I forgot.
The $1 million question. What has gone through Gary's mind? Nobody wants to go there. All right. Gene says, I'm standing in the water wiring a submarine. Okay. Okay. Well, we all have hobbies.
It's good to have a goal.
Yeah.
Gene told me that. It's good to have a goal.
I'm just wiring my submarine.
I usually eat my submarine.
So, anyway, so we're going to get together again. We're doing a short show tonight. We just wanted to pay some tribute today, kind of get back on the air and get things going again. We'll be back with some curiosities in the coming weeks. We'll be back with some more and maybe get some special guests out there. We definitely want to get more involved in what's going on with the music scene and the art scene. So Gary's going to work to make sure we get some dates in different places where we can see these bands like the Meat the Loaf band there.
Mac.
Meet the Loaf, Mac and Meat my Mac, grab my meat, whatever they're called. The Meatloaf band, and also your band, which is
I don't know what we're going to call it yet.
Free Fallin'. I thought that was the name of the band.
No, that's not the name of the band. I think
that, you do know that was the big word over the top of all your heads, and usually when you do that, it means that's the name of the band.
well, yeah, that was just a picture. That was just we took a picture and experimented with.
And the words just appeared that you didn't put them there.
No, we couldn't think of a name, so we just used that for the time being.
All right. Well, how about Wildflowers?
How about it?
You belong among the wildflowers. What?
It's a great song. Tammy loves it.
Yeah, but I guess it's not good for a band. Well, what was the name of his band?
The Heartbreakers.
The Heartbreakers. Yeah, well, I got nothing.
Petty Breakers.
The Heartbreakers.
The Heartbreakers.
Meat Breakers. Meat Breakers.
Tammy just said the Heart Takers.
No,
The Heart.
The Heart Fakers. Oh, that's even better.
The Heart Fakers.
Petty and the Heart Fakers.
Wow.
I do. I like that.
I like it. The Heart Fakers.
The Heart Fakers.
That, Tammy, big win for you. That was awesome.
That's a good one.
I get a commission.
You get a commission, yeah. Yeah. Tell you get 100% of everything they made so far. Which means you now are negative 1,000 in the hole.
That's right. You owe money now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, we look forward to seeing that. Who else is in the band that we might know there?
Well, Tom Hall is in it from Mr. Nice Guy.
All right.
Let's see, Milo, Robin, a female guitar player, and Todd is the drummer. Tom Hall is playing keyboards in that.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I'll be
So
playing
this is
keyboards in the Heart Band.
this is kind of a new group for you, because usually it's like I was almost expecting, of course you would have John with you in the band, because it seems like you guys always end up playing together somewhere.
Yeah,
you and John Tillman, but no, cool. Now, who's going to be singing the female parts on the Heart stuff?
Oh, it's a different band. They have an Ann Wilson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Robin, the girl that plays Nancy Wilson in the Heart Band, is playing the guitar player in Tom Petty.
Excellent. Okay, cool.
I mean, I don't really look like Tom Petty. I'm not going to look like Tom Petty. So I figure when we're playing, I'll introduce it as, look, we're not imitating Tom Petty. We're paying tribute to his music.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like it when you know, maybe you wear the same kind of hat or the same kind of shirt or something that they would wear.
Yeah.
I like that. But to try to look like them completely, we've seen bands do that, and it's almost like it's a little too much, you know. You want to pay tribute to how they looked and how they acted and how they sang without being a copycat. I mean, I agree with that. Unless you're in one of those rare circumstances where every once in a while you come across somebody and say, boy, they are spot on.
Well,
But that rarely happens, Gary, right?
but the Meatloaf,
No.
that's spot on.
He nails the look. And I'll tell you what, if you watch the videos, when he hits those notes, he has the same look on his face that Meatloaf has when he hit those notes.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe this is coming out of me. It's a great look. It's a great look. Yeah, Errol says it can be cheesy sometimes if people try to go too far to look like those people. Like if you're gonna do you know, something for Journey, and you want to look a little bit like God, I'm just drawing a blank on his name. Steve Perry. There's certain colors you can wear and different clothes like that, but you don't want to try to look just like Steve Perry because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
And it goes too over the top. So don't get hung up on that. Just, you know, Tom Petty was really more of just a relaxed, chill, hippie kind of dude. You know,
Yeah.
he was.
Easy songs.
He what?
Easy songs, but great, great hooks. And man, he was just good.
Well, he really runs along the Bob Dylan line of being a singer storyteller. When he does his songs, it's like it's about what he's saying, and it's about, you know, and I think that's why I like his music so much. And there's so much of it that people don't even know. We look forward to seeing you doing that. But you can catch you and Tom will be out at Galuppi's this Wednesday.
Yep, we'll be at Galuppi's this Wednesday. All
right. We're looking for. One last thing before we close out the show.
Well, I mean, Natalie and Tom, they're waiting outside. I hope you guys aren't waiting outside.
No. We're going to close out in a second.
This is your chance to be on Live Out Loud.
A couple of weeks ago.
To be in here.
Yes, they should be in there. Bring cake.
I think they're outside.
All right. So, hey, look who's with us. Jill Hickey's with us.
Hi, Jill.
Speaking of one of the best singers in the area, right?
I was lucky enough to do a gig with her last week. She's kind enough to invite me to do her country club gigs, which is something that I could use right now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
A country club? They let you into a country club?
Well, I wore a tie and a khaki shirt.
She says, thank you guys. No, Jill, we love you. We love seeing you perform.
And Mike, her husband is a man among men. Great guy.
I hear he's a wonderful guy. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him.
And we always want to get together with them because you know he really is a great guy. I just never get a chance to.
Yeah.
Why are we praying for Michael?
Jill says pray for Michael.
Why are we praying for Michael? Kidney. Oh no.
Kidney stones.
We absolutely will.
Yes. Yes. I mean, couldn't it be something simpler, like he got shot or something? Kidney stones are the worst. Oh God.
God. Oh.
Yeah, definitely. Prayers go out to him. But as they say, this too shall pass. And I know it was a low hanging fruit. I went for it. I know he's in so much pain. There's not much you could do.
Yeah.
Drink.
All you can do is drink a lot of water and
lots of fluids, and certainly
sleeping pills.
Move around. What happens is you'll move around. You'll find a position you're comfortable for a short period of time. The pain will eventually find you, but it's very, very difficult. I totally get that. Gary, I have to mention something that a couple weeks ago we said on this air, and we sent out a plea that whoever took the Great Temptation guitar return it. And we were so adamant about how important that guitar was. And I know you put it out on Facebook, and all your friends put it out there. And where his thumb is right there, that is the Great Temptation guitar has been returned.
And it's the Great Temptation guitar.
Now, do I understand that just somebody brought it in and left it anonymously at Galuppi's, correct?
They brought it back to Gillespie's. They emptied out my guitar case though, but they did bring the guitar back, so let them have whatever they took.
Yeah, Jill says that was so amazing that the guitar was returned. And I think if I'm correct in your social media posts, that the strap was adjusted, so they obviously tried to play it and decided they didn't.
When I put it on, it hung too low.
That was so the thief was a tall man. The thief was a tall man. Or what?
Or a very heavy man.
Or a grunge player, one of those grunge players that likes to have it hanging down around their knees when they play. Yeah. She said it sounded great at Boca West.
Yeah, that's what we played.
So that was so if you're listening, or if anybody, if you happen to catch this, thank you for doing that. Thank you. I mean, listen, I know you took other stuff. I wish you wouldn't steal from people. There's so many better ways to do things in your life than to take from others or to be hurtful to other people. But thank you for at least recognizing that was an important thing to return. Thank you for at least recognizing that. And maybe now you could take the next step and do something where you're just not going to be hurting other people by taking their stuff. And listen, Gary's the kind of guy, if you need something, walk up to him and talk to him. And if he can give it to you, he would. I mean, we're not in that world when you're dealing with people like Gary Wayne and his friends and me. And, you don't have to steal anything. If you need something, talk to us. And if we can't get it for you, we'll help you get it for yourself. But you don't have to do what you did. You know,
if we can't get it, we'll steal it.
We'll steal it, but we won't tell you about it. Scott Jonas says karma will come back to that person one day.
That's my cousin Scott.
Yes. Well, they did save themselves a little bit. How surprised were you by that, Gary? Were you kind of reserved to the fact that you were never going to see it again?
Yeah. Both Tammy and I were, and I got a call from Gillespie's saying we have your guitar here.
Wow. And nobody has any clue who did it or who left it or anything.
I don't even care.
Did you dust it for fingerprints?
I
or were you too busy kissing all over it to figure that out?
I hugged it on the way back to the car. Since I got it back, I added a pic.
No damage done?
No damage done. Except for
except for the strap. Well, it was adjusted. It wasn't hurt.
Adjusted. Yeah, but I can never get right back to that spot,
Scott says, did you put a glow light to it?
No, but I are thinking about putting a fob in it.
Yeah, no. If there's nastiness that you got to see with a black light, they don't want to know what's on it. Oh, you should put one of those things in there. One of those little Apple finders or something, and that way somebody steals it.
Yep.
Or better yet, put a charge of C4 in it. And that way, if somebody disappears it, you press a button and you're not going to get it back, but they're not going anywhere either. So,
right. Or set something up so that when they open it up, purple. Up, there they are. They're here.
They're here. We've got guests.
Right.
I feel like this is an episode of Mr. Rogers.
Okay, now look.
Tell me, Mr. Rogers, who just came to your door?
Well, we have our neighbors, our
cake lady.
and our expert chef who comes in all the time. And look at what he brought, huh?
Hey, how you doing? All right. Wow, look at that. He's going to hit you in the head with that. Look out. Well, it is time for Gary's dinner party, and although it would be an awesome thing for LOL to join the table and watch you guys eat, I think we're just going to call. I think we're just going to call it a night. I think it's good.
Give us one curiosity before you go.
All right. Well, I'll share one that I was talking to you about before. And it's like, I have no idea why my insurance company calls me reckless. I have wrecked many cars. How can I be called reckless if I have wrecked a lot of cars? So that's what I want to know.
Right. If you wreck things, why would you be reckless?
Yes. That's exactly right.
If you were perfect and didn't wreck anything, you would be then you would be reckless. You would
I
be,
believe.
you would be wreckful.
I was just going to say that I am wrecked full. I am wrecked full, which sounds awful lot like a rectum.
Wrecked him, killed him.
That's it. I wrecked them. I wrecked them all the cars. I am a rectum. Thank you very much. All right. For listen, we're gonna let Gary join his guests. We're so happy that Temptation the guitar is back, and of course, Tammy, thanks for your pop-ins today and your help. And for all of our lost icons of music out there, thank you so much for all the joy and music you brought us over time. Special thank you to David Crosby, Christy McVie, and Meatloaf, and some of the ones that were really important to me.
And the inspiration that they gave us.
And the inspiration that they continue to live on in the music that we have. And they will certainly not be forgotten. So we thank you to all of them. Jill's giving Tammy one last shout out there. Thank you to everybody who joined us today for our short show. We will catch you next time right here on Live Out Loud Podcast. Gary, any final thoughts?
Yeah, be nice to people. Don't steal.
Don't steal anything, especially if it's one of Gary's guitars. We'll catch you next time. Hey, there you go. Oh, I love that. The Beatles. I love that. Nice job. All right, we'll catch you next time right here on Live Out Loud Podcast.
Who are you?